Hi, Mohammed. Okay, I'm going to go over what we did with this video. Excuse the slurping because I'm having coffee at the same time. I've already set up all the videos and the movies I want to use in one folder. This is just good practice in case you need to move the project to another computer. So the first thing I've done is I'm in Premiere. I've gone Window, Workspaces, Editing, just to check that all of the necessary windows are there. So I've got no project open, and I'm going to start this time by showing you how to create a special size uh, for when you're dealing with material of different sizes, like video from your phone, video you've downloaded from YouTube, and still images. So I'm going to go File, New, Sequence. Here we are. And I'm going to choose DV PAL 32 kilohertz. You don't want anything higher than that because the sound is going to be of such poor quality you don't need any more sampling. And then give it a name. Click OK. And we have the sequence in our project window at the bottom left. And I'm going to save this for the first time just in case the machine crashes. File, Save, saving the project, and it saved it into that folder that we nominated as our project folder. So the first thing is to import our images and movies. So it's File menu, Import. And it's gone back to our folder that we nominated for our project. And there's the untitled project. There's the preview folders. And here are our stills and videos. I'm control clicking to select the lot. If I don't want one, there we are, I'll just control click. There we are. So I'll just take those three stills and those three free videos and import. Okay, they're in. And you can see them in the project window. When we showed it to you the first time, we brought in the folder, and we had a little folder here. Now I've just brought the ones in individually. Now I think I'm going to start off with a still image. So I'm going to drag it in. Oops, I've got them all selected there. I just need to click off and deselect them. That's it. Then bring one in. There we are. And it's come in very, very tiny, perhaps like yours did the other day. So I'll just shrink it at the bottom. There we are. And the still images come in at 5 seconds. If I hit the play bar, the space bar rather, it plays it. Space bar stops it. And we have the settings to return us to the beginning. Now this is evidently much bigger picture image than our designated project size. So I'll need to shrink it down. So I'm just making sure I can see the entire screen. Double click it. Make sure I'm on it. Might need to actually shrink it down a lot more. Yes, I had to shrink it down a lot more. And I pull it in so I can see the whole lot. There we are. If you have the effect controls up, you can actually do this numerically by dragging on the letters there. But when I'm showing the students, I just tell them to do it this way because it's kind of like easier. Okay, that's it. Then I'll put in a movie. I'll drag it and I'll put it on. There we are. It doesn't matter which of these layers you use. I just habitually put it on layer 2 in case I need to put something underneath later. And let's see how big this is. So I'll just double click it. Again, that's much bigger than the project, so I'll bring it in like that. There we are. Okay. Right. So we're going to go from, there we are. I'll just bring it up a bit. That's it. So we have still image, cut to here. Now, let's say I want to start my image when that van has got out of the way. I can do two things. I can bring it up to there and move it along. That's one way of doing it. Or, ooh, here's the razor tool. I can cut it there, then use the blue arrow to delete it and move it along. And perhaps if you want to, the students like doing that, but if you want to remove a piece from the middle of a section, you could go click, click, and then with the blue pointy arrow, you can, there we are. There are more sophisticated ways of doing it, but this is the simple stuff. Okay, right, so that's it. Okay. Now, I don't want the music playing from here, so a simple way of doing it is just to mute. But that, there we are, but that mutes the entire track. If you want to get rid of the sound for just one, what you can do is get the blue arrow, zoom in. It's very tricky, this. And then, there it is, pull the volume down. You can dissociate the sound from the video, but if you want to put it back later, that becomes a bit of a pain. So we have still image, silent fountain, come on, noisy fountain. Now I'm going to blend between each of these. Now, in the project window, you should have your effects palette. It's not there. But, there we are. That brings it up. And the transitions are called video transitions. 3D motion, iris, page peel. They're fun things to experiment with. But the standard one is the dissolve. And just drag the cross dissolve and put it over the edit, like that. And then you'll see them, come on. There you can see how it fades. There we are. Sometimes it will not show you accurately an effect or a transition simply because the machine is too slow to do it in real time. And this red line here signifies that the machine hasn't calculated the transitions. You can force the machine to do it by going sequence, render effects in working area. And the machine will do the mathematics to present the special effects for you. And as it does so, the red line changes to green to show you how far the calculations are going. Slurp, slurp, drink coffee. Nearly done. And this actually, when you're teaching Premiere, is one of the worst things ever because the students get frustrated and short-tempered because they're having to wait so much. And this is why video needs the fastest machines ever. We're just doing standard video as you get on a DVD 10 years ago. Now you're using video that is actually 4 times the size of this screen. It's called 4K. Nearly there, blah, blah. Keep talking. You can see the green line progressing. That's showing that it's working out the effects. Okay, let's try it now. See how it's playing back much quicker. There we are. There's the fade, and here's the nice crossfade. There we are. If you need to expand the crossfade, you can double click it and set a new duration. 2 seconds. Okay. And of course the machine has to redo it. You can also do it in the effect controls where you can reset the duration there. Okay. Oh, editing. Right. Okay, we've got still image. There we are. So I'm going to move my still image in, and I'm going to put a title here. So in this version, it's File, New Title. You can give it a name. I just usually take what it gives as title. Go Barry title. Oops, can't type. And hit OK. There we are. And because the playback head is over an area where there's no video, we see a dark background. I'm going to get my text tool. And actually, it's like drawing a text box in Word. You can draw a text box in Word, as you do in Word, and go Barry return presents views of France. And the same alignment trick works as in Word. Center align. We can change the fonts here. And Darling Mono. And there are all kinds of controls here for controlling the color, the style. Where's the color? Oh, fill type, white. And we can make it yellow. Okay. And all you have to do is close it, and it's automatically presented in the project window. We have to go back to project, and there it is. Bring it on, and we'll have Barry presents views of France. And what we'll do is, with the effects, video transitions, dissolve. If I put a dissolve at the beginning, it will fade up. And if I put one at the end, it should fade down. Fade up and fade down. Okay, that yellow is rather horrible, so double click it, get back in, and change it to white. There we are. That's it. So we fade up and we fade. Yeah. And I need to fade up on this film at the beginning. So bring across dissolve, place it at the beginning, and then we'll fade up on Barry Presents, fade up, fade out, and then cross dissolve. Okay. I'll just zoom out. And our working area is automatically adjusted to the size of the movies. So I'll just pull it in a bit, go back to my untitled project, and pull another video in. There we are. Just shrink it down. This needs to be recropped as well. So, yes, there we are. I can do this mathematically in the effects window, but right, okay. I'm going to go back to fit. Now, I think this might need brightening or darkening. I think it needs brightening. So I'm going to go to the effects, and I'm going to go to video effects. Image control. Gamma correction. I'll try that. I pull it onto here, click on it, and then make sure I can see the effect controls. And there is gamma correction. I'll just drag a little bit. There we are. I've brightened it slightly. If I don't like that particular effect, I can just press the delete button. There must be a better one. Color correction. Brightness and contrast. That's it. Brightness and contrast. Pull it on. That's it. Then up the brightness and just down the contrast a bit. There we are. That's it. So there it is. Color correction, brightness and contrast. I'm happy with that, but I don't want it all, so I can push it in. Perhaps push it in from both sides till I get the clip I want. Now, it has to be said there are more sophisticated ways of editing this, and that's what all of these tools are for, and this window, but that's overcomplicating things. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is put in a rolling credit. Now, if I can remember how to do it, File, New, Title, and call it, okay, Title 03. And then I'll do a box like that, and type in Barry film, directed by Barry, produced by Mohammed, no actors were harmed. So I'm typing, you can't see what I'm typing. I can enlarge it, that's it. I'll push it up a bit. And now, from the menu at the top, I'm going to tell it to be a roll. I want it to start off screen and end off screen. Click OK. Close it. Go back to my project, Untitled. There are Title 03. That was just automatic saving you saw then. And I'll pull that there. Just zoom in a little bit to have more control. There we are. I'll just move it in. There we are. That's it. So now, and you can get a rolling credit like that. Okay, I'm just going to zoom in on the, there we are. I'll just do a zoom for these, transition for these people. Effects, video effects, video transitions, cross dissolve. Lovely. And I can also put a cross dissolve in for audio, but I must admit I don't know much about these. Here we are. There's the default one, constant power. Now if I decide that is too loud, I'm just going to zoom in on the video, the audio, using these little zoomy tools at the side of the window, and I bring it down. But by holding the control button down on a PC, I can add little dots that allow me to pull down the whole thing. And at the very end, I'll add another couple of dots, and that will fade it out. Let's see how that plays. There, it's going quiet now. I'll just bring it to the end. The sound will fade out and the titles will come up. Okay, and the working area has automatically adjusted to my the length of my movie. I think that's because I haven't been manually adjusting it. Now I want to make that into a movie. Remember, whenever you apply effect, you can control it in the effects control window. I should have said that earlier. Okay, now I'm going to make this into a movie. File, export. Media hasn't come up. Why? Project. I'll just make sure I've got the project. Where is it? Mohammed sequence. Highlighted, selected, file, export, media. Clicking on here gives us the ability to rename it and put it in a particular place. So that's on my desktop, Mohammed sequence. That's good. I was going to MP4. On a PC, you may have a different file format there. Save. It's compressing it using H.264. Again, on a PC, you may have a different one. And once that's done, click Export. And again, this takes time. I've seen this happen. Old Macs take an hour to do this. I'm going to stop this now. Otherwise, I'll be here for the next 2 minutes, 56 seconds. And I think that is everything we covered. Effects, video, titles, volume, and sequence. If you have anything else, Mohammed, just email me. Okay, and let's cancel that. And I'll just stop this video recording now.